What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having yourselves a great Monday night, starting that week off right. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and tonight is Mock Draft Monday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Did some mock drafts, so we're going to go ahead and take a little gander at those. Got some my regular mock draft. And then I did a few, some people had some questions about trading up, trading back. So did a few of those. Then I did one with absolutely no trades. So we will take a look at those, and we'll also talk a little bit about whatever the hell news is going on here today. So, of course, a lot of it's some of the same old, but we'll get to the bottom of it. If you guys have any kind of questions, any kind of comments, you feel free to throw them my way. You know how this goes. We can talk about anything. We are a few days away from the NFL draft, and I'm a little bit excited. That's an understatement. I'm very excited for this draft, and we have 11 picks. Howie Roseman, I understand. He is on the hot seat right now. He needs to have a great draft because, well, he just has sucked as of late. Now, he's done everything he needed to this far in the offseason, getting under the cap and also acquiring those 11 picks, having the most in this draft. So, hey, fantastic. But I think we had like 10 picks last year. So don't really care about the amount of picks if you're not hitting on those picks. So please, for the love of God, hit on these picks. Now, whether you have to package some of these, move up, do whatever the hell you're doing, I don't care. I just want to see my Eagles compete on Sundays, and I know that's what you guys at home want to see as well. And look, it's been some hard times ever since we've won that Super Bowl. So, it's rough when you taste greatness and then we just straight fall off the face of the earth. And it's been rough because, it's been injuries and this and that, and you don't really know what it is. And then all of a sudden this past year, it's just been straight turmoil, finding out all this stuff going on in the front office, this, that, the other thing. It's been ridiculous. So it's time for a new era. We've got new head coach, possibly Jalen Hurts as the new quarterback, I do believe. But we will see, who it is exactly. I know Joe Flacco was brought here. I think we should address it in the draft. Obviously the quarterback position, we only have two guys there. So might be a good idea. Not sure. But in my mind, QB1, that's Jalen Hurts. So I'm all about, seeing what he has, adding some pieces around him, and let's get this thing going. But, obviously there's much bigger holes than just the quarterback position. So we're going to take a look at some of these draft picks in a second here. But you, my man, the Birdman. Mark, what's going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody that's tuning in tonight. It's draft week, dude. I am more than excited. Cannot sleep, man. I just keep getting excited about who we're going to pick. And it doesn't really matter to me because we have so many damn holes. I want to see how this whole thing plays out. Obviously we have 11 picks, but it could, we could be lower than that. We could get more than that. I really have no idea. But I think Howie knows the pressure is on and it's time for him to have a great draft. I'm hoping he has learned from his mistakes. We can all hope so. What's going on, Malcolm? Dude, appreciate you tuning in. Everybody out there, hope you guys are all having a great start to your week. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a very great week. We are going to have a good draft. Howie's going to learn from his mistakes. He's going to listen to Andy Weidel. He's going to listen to the scouts. He's going to listen to the coaches. Because as you heard in the presser last week, they talked about, how these players were going to fit, how they were going to use them, not necessarily a fit, because seems that Nick Sirianni finds a way to make these people fit. He plays to their strengths. So I loved what I heard from Nick Sirianni, loved his energy, loved the energy, of this team right now. And I know there's a lot of negativity. People are really, pessimistic about it. And I get it. There's a lot of pessimism right now because we lost Doug Peterson. We lost Carson Wentz, a lot of people's favorites. It sucks. And I'm not happy. But look, we know things had to change. And that's what's happening here. So one of the other players that we all love dearly, Zac Ertz. And they're reporting today that he is, it's going to happen, that no doubt Adam Kaplan says that he will be, actually, I think it was Tom Pelissaro said that he would be traded by the end of the draft. We've talked about this for months, guys. I do not see Zac Ertz in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform next year. And it's not because I don't love the guy. it's due to the fact that he wants more money and we're not going to give him that money. So you got to get some kind of value for him. Only reason I could see us keeping onto him is if, someone doesn't give us the value we think he's worth and we go ahead and save more money on June 2nd and cut him. You save about $4 million more. So, and then it's like $4 million saved in cap space and then $4 million less in dead money. So it makes sense. But I don't know. I try to get value while I could, and it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, this is something we've been talking about. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to happen. For some reason, they're reporting on it. Another thing that was reported on today, and some people asked me about Julio Jones on the trade block, apparently. Should we have interest in Julio Jones? I'm going to go ahead and say no. Julio Jones, great wide receiver, but he's aging. He gets injured all the time. That money, I think it was like 15 mil just this year. We would need about 10 mil more right now in cap space to add him. I just don't see that as the direction we're going. We played the Alshon Jeffrey game. I'm not saying he's in the same category as him, but I'm just saying, I think we're trying to get younger. We want to see what these younger guys do. And I think we're going to add some wide receivers in this draft as well. So it's going to be a battle of some of these young guys, and I'm really excited to see it. Really wish we would have stayed at 6. Fought so hard for it. Yeah, but hey, we wouldn't get that first round pick next year when we're going to be super excited about it. But I don't necessarily agree with it either, but it is what it is at this point. It's gone, Too many injuries, 32. Exactly. And that's something, when he's a great receiver, he's still going to produce. But you have to keep, put that stuff into account. You know what I mean? I'm good on that. And I think, Travis Fulgham needs to keep growing, and I don't want another guy hindering him. I want to see who we add in this draft, and I'm very excited for that. Another topic that we've been talking about, are the Eagles moving back into the top 10? Some of the teams we talk about with, realistic expectations here, 7, 8, 9, Lions, Panthers, and Broncos trying to get in front of the Cowboys and then the Giants at 11. I don't know if you saw that thing today. The Chargers actually posted it that they were trading with the Giants. They were moving up, but apparently they deleted it and nothing happened. So I don't know if that's a move that was going to happen, whatever. But still trying to move up is definitely a possibility, something we've talked about. I mean, Howie Roseman's been wheeling and dealing. We talked about it a month before the draft when we traded that 6th pick to the Dolphins. So we're out of that pick. I know a lot of people, just saw upset about that. I myself was not too pleased with it, but obviously, you get a first round pick next year. If that second round pick from Wentz turns into a first, you have 3. That's crazy. A very loaded draft. We'll be very excited then. But this year leaves a sour taste in your mouth. You have Jamar Chase, you have Kyle Pitts, 2 very, very promising prospects. And it upsets me that we're not going to get them. But what if they drop? What if the Eagles do find a way to trade back into the top 10? I think they definitely could do that. It just depends on what you're giving up because you were just in the top 10. So, the question's asked, why would you trade out of the top 10 and then move back in? It's like, well, it depends on what you're giving up. If you're not giving up more, than what you gained, that would be pretty stupid. If you were giving up more then it would be like, why, what, huh? So yeah, you'd have to be giving up less. So we'll see what offers are on the table, but I guarantee you, like I've said, Howie is wheeling and dealing, and maybe one of those teams is interested in a tight end like Zac Ertz. That would sweeten the deal. So throw in a couple picks, throw in a Zac Ertz, and maybe you're talking. So a lot of possibilities here, guys, definitely. So we're going to take a look at what that would look like, though, if we did trade back in, trade whatever we're doing here. But it's time for a little bit of mock draft Monday. Yeah, so the pick is in, baby. Did my mock drafts. You guys know I do this once per year. It's like Christmas to me. I like studying. I like doing my work on the prospects, finding out who they are. And then closer to draft time, I like to decide who it is we're going to go with. Now, this mock draft simulator thing was pissing me off a lot because, well, sometimes there were players available that I wasn't going to draft because I just found that preposterous that they would even be available. Some of the guys I just had to because it was so intriguing. And I was like, man, this is going to look nice. So you're going to see some things. We're going to talk about those things. Let me hear your thoughts on these mock drafts, but let's whip these bad boys up here. First, We're going to go with my original 1.0 mock draft that tried on my first try. This one was just a little bit of everything. I didn't really have any kind of, trade up, trade back scenario in mind. Just went into it, saw what I could do. Let me actually bring my phone up here because I can barely see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sorry. I tried to get it to fit, and then the way I was trying to split it, I didn't. I only screenshotted the damn thing, so didn't have it all right in front of me. Regardless, let's read these bad boys off. So, you guys see my man J.C. Horn, cornerback out of South Carolina with the 12th pick. That would get me beyond ecstatic if we added another corner. You guys know I was clamoring for it last year. Please, for the love of God, give us another corner. We got Darius Slay, loved it. But then you put Avonte Maddox outside. What were they thinking, dude? I just don't get it. So, yeah, we're going J.C. Horn here at 12. Happy with ourselves, excited. But now we're at 37, and we're thinking to ourselves, still a lot of talent. A lot of talent in this draft. We need to get better. Let's trade back. Raiders call. They offered pick 48, and I thought to myself, don't know if I want to move back to 48. But they were offering. Got a little 70. Got a little 224 in there. And I gave, that's what I gave to them, 70 and 224. And I got back 79, 80, and 162, along with that 48th pick. So found myself with some extra picks, and I went out to play. So at pick 48, Javonte Williams, running back out of North Carolina. And let me tell you what, I would be ecstatic if that were the pick. So Eagles, go ahead and do us a favor. Add a 1-2 punch of Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams, and we'll call it a day. I would be very ecstatic with that pick. Oh, got an A-. Oh, I forgot they like to grade me. They don't really know what they're talking about, so that's great. We'll take that with a grain of salt. Jamin Davis, not so sure. He falls down to 79. This kid is a stud, and I think the world is figuring that out. But, hey, we went ahead and took that pick because he was there, and I'll be happy to take him. Then you had Brady Christensen sitting there at 80, and I thought to myself, well, he can play tackle. He can play guard. Something that was intriguing to me. Don't know with the age of Johnson. I like Jack Driscoll. I like a lot of these things, but had a lot of picks, and I was going to use them, so took him. Jamar Johnson followed up at 123. Or, no, I did not. I'm sorry. Right before that, safety, there was a ridiculous pick. Kelvin Joseph. Let's not skip over that. What a great pick he is going to be for a team, but let's be real with ourselves. If he's at 123, NFL executives are getting high as hell. So, love to have him. Don't see it happening there. You see, after Jamar Johnson, getting ourselves some safety. So, added to the secondary here. But now we're going a little bit of offense. Tommy Tremble, tight end out of Notre Dame. We talked about him on the 4th and John show. You know I was excited to talk about him. So, when I saw him there, I took him. Need ourselves a tight end if Zac Ertz is heading out, so why not Tommy Tremble? Then you see Shi Smith, another South Carolina alum. I don't know if he'll be there at 195, but sign me up. Then to get that pick, actually, I traded back. There was some talent there, so I moved back, still was able to get Shi Smith, but not only did I acquire him after that 195 pick, but I got 203 and 233, gave up 225, 234, and 240. They want to give me a C. That's perfectly fine. I didn't care about those extra picks. Wanted to get some guys I really liked. Patrick Jones being one of those players. Edge rusher out of Pittsburgh that I'm ecstatic about and would love to have on this team. Drew Dahlman, sure, we just need some center depth, so I went with him and then rounded off with Buddy Johnson, moved up to get a linebacker. Need some depth there. You saw that I had already done that with Jamin Davis, but add a little more. We'll see what we get out of Davey and Taylor. I know that they're going to want to see what they got out of these draft picks, but that was the regular 1.0. What's going on? My man Pete in the building. Thank you, everyone that's in the building. We're taking a look at the mock drafts I did earlier today. That was the first one that came up. I was happy that J.C. Horn was available at 12, so didn't piss me off yet, but throughout the day, it began to as I tried to make trades. That thing was it was quite interesting. After that first draft, I was like, oh, this is cool. You could trade. And I don't think I used PFF. I think I was using Draft Network last year. But regardless, it wasn't as fun as at first. It became annoying. But anyways, Eagles definitely going to draft a running back. Well, they better. Said that last year, and they made me want to sweet chin music them directly in the face. So, well, I would love to see that. We'll see. Good call on tight end. Tommy Tremble will end up on another mock here again. So, yeah, I like him. There's a couple guys I really like. Noah Gray is out there, somebody that could line up maybe as a fullback. Now, he's not somebody you really see as a blocking fullback, but can line up in some of those packages you saw in Indianapolis that Trey Burton was running. So, that H-back. So, I would be very excited to see some of these later round guys end up on the team that I've talked about. But it's such a crapshoot. There's so many late round guys I tried to talk about this offseason with you guys, and hopefully some of them end up here, but we'll see. The Eagles, they love to touch me gently. Now, we're going to go with a little trade up scenario next. Yeah, Tommy Tremble. How about it? What a great name. He'll make him tremble. And he's more of a blocking tight end, and he's one of those guys I think could come in, not that he can't run routes, and like he's actually really tough. And I think, people kind of sleep on that aspect of his game. He can make the catches he needs to. It could be one of those sleepers in the red zone. You think you're running the ball, play action, tight end. I would like him as a third tight end. Pick up another guy as your second. We'll see. Maybe he could definitely move in. He played tight end 2 for most of his career, so that's where I see him growing into. But for now, he could come in and learn. Maybe if you bring Rodgers back, I'm not sure what our plans are, but right now you've got Ertz, Kroom. You don't got too much there, so you definitely want to add to that area. But now we're going up to the trade up scenario. This would be this is going to be 2 different pages because, it was just big, and I was able to actually split this one before I screenshot it. So take a gander here. What? Oh, let's hold on. Time out. Called in the building. Time out. My dog wants his damn toy. And if you don't do that, he's just going to keep barking the whole time. Little saddlebag. Thank you for holding for the intermission. All right, let's get back to it. I'm like, what is he barking about? I look back. There's his toy right at my door. I tried to leave him in the other day, and you guys know he was sassing me, so we can't do that anymore. Little jerk. Anyways, so this was ridiculous. As you can see, they gave me a nice big fat F to start out the draft. You'll see at the end, they changed their tune, which they should. Little sass asses. So, pick 8. I put it on slow. I wanted to trade up. I wanted to see who's falling, and you gotta be shitting me. Pick 8. Jamar Chase is sitting there, so I call up the Panthers, and they say, you got 5 effing chances. They didn't really. That didn't happen. PFF gives you 5 chances at a trade, so I took my chances. As you can see here, they felt you probably gave up a little bit too much. Yes, you're damn right I did, because guess what? It's an effing mock draft, and I'm not the Eagles, and I'm not really caring because I'm not drafting with this mock draft next year. So, gave up those extra picks next year. Acquired myself that 8th pick. Now, once again, if this is real life, you do not want to trade up unless you have gained more than you lost, because that'd be pretty stupid to trade out and then trade back in to just lose more picks. That would be asinine, and I will drop kick Howie Roseman myself if that's the case. Regardless, we move up 4 spots for Jamar Chase. We give up our women and children to move up. As you can see, a big fat F is what they gave me. Good for them. I took Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase. My God, if he would fall to 8. Ha! It would be a dream world that we were living in, and it's not going to happen. So, this is all fine and dandy, but we would probably have to attempt that to move back up at 6 with the Dolphins. Whatever. Maybe 7 with the Lions. I don't see this guy falling, but who knows? Maybe people trade up. Maybe people want a quarterback. They want a cornerback. Maybe I don't know what they want. Maybe Jamar Chase falls. So here's the scenario. Boom. We got Jamar Chase at 8. I'm saying to myself, hey-oh, living that life. But also saying to myself, we're playing a little trade up, aren't we, in this draft? So what do? I trade up again. So now we're trading the 37th pick along with the 73rd pick and the 224th pick. They say you get a C- for that, Mr. Smith. C-. I tell him I don't give a shit. I just moved up to 25 and I took Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Eat it. There's an A for you. Another A on the board. So loving the A's back to back. Jamar Chase, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I would literally do a backflip through that wall behind me and be ecstatic. Those are two dream scenarios that probably won't happen, but it's an effing mock draft. So that's what we're doing. We're dreaming big. So now we're getting out of control. We're saying we're going to trade everything and our mother because we just got a stud on offense, a stud on defense. So let's dance. LA Rams, let's make a move. We go ahead. We get the 57th pick. We give them 150, 225, three other things. They give me a C-. Good for them. Boom. Take that pick, trade it again, give it to the Cowboys. Move back to 75, get 99 and 138. With 75, I take Kelvin Joseph. You're damn right. Took him again. Kid's going to be a stud. Would love to have him. Kendrick Green, guy that can play guard and center. Yes, please. Add him in at 93. Then that pick actually was acquired. I don't know why this thing does it backwards, but whatever. This is how we do it. So we had actually acquired that by trading back because we were at 84. The Bills wanted it. We gave them 84 and 234, received 93 and 174, made some more moves. Then we traded again, traded 99 and 189, got 104 and 136. Used 104 on my man Hamza Nasruddin. If you heard me on the 4th and John show last week, you know I'm excited about that young man. He's big. He's a box safety. He definitely has some injury history, so that's why he would fall, but I'd love to have him. So that was the page 1. Now we got page 2. There were so many trades, had to cut this in half, or you would have not been able to see anything. Now at running back, everyone and their mother was taken off the board, apparently before like the effing 4th, 5th round in this draft. So I wanted to go after guys like Ramondre Stevenson. There were so many people I targeted. Didn't happen. Khalil Herbert, very intriguing pick, but the dude's a little bruiser. Check him out. Wouldn't be mad about it at that spot either. I'd be all about it, to be real with you. So you had yourself a running back, which you know I'm going to do in every one of these damn drafts. But then we actually traded again. We had traded 136, got 141, 209, 252. With 143, or with 141, I apologize, we traded that, as you can see there, to the Vikings. Holy hell, I was going wild here this morning. Got 143, 157, 189. Used that to get Trill Williams out of Syracuse. I'd be pretty damn happy right now if we got ourselves Trill Williams after we just got Kelvin Joseph. 2 corners, which I've been talking about all off season. I'd be very ecstatic about that one. You're going to see a draft where I have coming up where I take 3 corners on accident, but one dude was so talented. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm taking him. And then I realized, I was like, wait, I don't know if I was looking in the wrong place, but trying to find who I'd already drafted. I was like, whatever. It's a mock draft. Don't care. So anyways, we got Demetric Felton. Nice little weapon out of the backfield. Could line him up as a receiver as well out of UCLA. Love that pick at 157. Briley Moore, tight end out of Kansas State. Why not? Need a tight end. Made another move there with the Patriots, as you can see. And then, dude, Jonathan Adams, you guys heard me talk about last week. Actually made a video about him with some of those late round wide receivers. Kid's a stud. Go check that video out. Got some highlight reels in there. He is nice. Then you got Teron Jackson, who I also made a video about, I think the day before, when we were talking about some of those late round picks. Out of Coastal Carolina, so not getting too much hype, but he's a beast. And I always am looking to add edge rusher. So go ahead and do that, Eagles. All about it. Then I got a quarterback. You don't have to do that. You get undrafted. But I did it just to appease the football gods. And I ended what started out as an F on my trade. I go ahead and end it with a B+. So PFF, take it and shove it with your F trade, because I took that F trade and I used it correctly. Because you see, I got Jamar Chase and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Yes, please. Could have had him in the 6th. Yeah, could have, but we traded it. Hey, thank you, Howie. Yes. Yeah, you don't. But last year, we acquired some picks from them as well. So, hey, if there's the right move, and they're actually one of the teams that was offering me, and it actually helped me a lot. They were really stupid. And I was like, this would really be a Cowboys move. I could totally see them giving this up. So I said, okay, Cowboys, you are stupid. So now we're moving on. That was the trade up scenario. We got two more. We got a trade back, and then we're going to go with the no trades. Now, for the trade back scenario, I just kept on moving back because all the guys I liked kept being gone at the position I thought they would be there. Didn't happen. So I thought I'd get JOK in this one. No, he was gone. So I think at like 17, or something. I don't remember. You'll see here. So trading back. I traded 12, and then those two compensatory picks we had gotten, 224 and 225. Traded that to the Colts, ended up getting 21, 54, and 127, which I will then fandangle all of those picks. So then I trade 21, 37, 127, 234 to the Ravens, end up with 27, 31, 94, 3. You see that. Then I traded that to the Bills, got pick 30 and a little bit something. So you'll see me use these bad boys and fill this team out. You see here, we go with some defense to start off. Greg Newsome, wouldn't be mad at it. Pick 30. Yes, we've talked about him, and I would love to have him. Not exactly who I was going for, but Caleb Farley was gone, and somebody jumped on Asante Samuel pretty high. Regardless, Nick Bolton, 34. You guys know I love that kid. So, yes, I would be very happy with that. Maybe he would be there a little later, but it is what it is. Nick Bolton, 34. Yeah, Javonte Williams. Again, you're going to see a couple names that wind up here twice. Maybe that's a sign that they'll end up on our team. That would be nice. Javonte Williams. Love the kid. Power back. I think it would be a great 1-2 punch. Not just a power back, though. We've talked about him for months here, and I think he would be a perfect fit. So go ahead and do that. And then Diami Brown, his teammate at North Carolina. We've also talked about, I think, there'd be a no-brainer pick. 61. A lot of people want to go wide receiver early. I don't think you even necessarily have to go 61. But, hey, he was there. I took him. Looked good to me. Then you'll see me fill out all the rest of those picks I acquired. Didn't trade back anymore. Just used those, 5 trades I made in the beginning and just stocked up on good picks. Ended up with Jamin Davis, Kelvin Joseph again. Told you, going for the names I like. Kendrick Green again. Tay Gowan, this is the one with the few corners here. Tommy Tremble again. Shaka Toney, edge rusher out of Penn State. Noah Gray, who I mentioned. Patrick Jones again. Yes, please. They'll go ahead and give me an A- for this one. I would actually love this draft. You get yourself a lot of secondary help. Get yourself a lot of defensive help, but you add a few offensive weapons that I really think would make this team much better. You add Tremble, Gray, Goddard. That's quite 3 tight end combo. So I'd be all for it. So that was the trade back scenario. Now, the final one was no trades. Now, this one I was going to try to get Devontae Smith. Really wanted to have him in one of my drafts here because I really think he could be our pick, but I'm hoping it's JC Horn, so maybe it's a sign because you guys know the last 2 years my mock draft I had Dillard and then Rager. So we got Horn this year. Maybe it will be JC Horn, please, football gods. If not, trade up, get Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts, and then I'll be even more ecstatic. And I'll totally forget what I said about JC Horn and not care. Now, on to the no trades. No trades at all. Not trading back nowhere. Nope. Just going with the 11 picks we have. So let's take a gander. Once again, JC Horn at 12. Devontae Smith was taken right before I was going to go for him. I thought Horn would be gone. Once again, he was available. This draft just doesn't think he's going to go there. And I understand it. Patrick Surtain probably could definitely go before him. But we'll see what kind of teams are interested in a corner here. But then I back it up at 37 with Zaven Collins. Oh, yes. You guys know I've talked about him. Somebody that can move all over the place. He can come at you, blitz. He is just a weapon, dude. I'd love to have him. So, yep, added him. Ardarius Washington. I think he's like 5'8", 5'9", 180 pounds, something along those lines. He's small. Regardless, he can come in, play that defensive back role. I think he could be an Avonte Maddox, but better, and then could win maybe that nickel job. Certain packages, I think Jonathan Gannon would have a field day with a ball hawk like him. I just think he would definitely add to this defense. And then Odin Yebo, I think it was, Yabo, I forget. edge rusher out of Vanderbilt. Kid's a monster. I think that would be a great pick at 84. Yes, please. Tommy Tremble, again. Yes, had to get a tight end. Wanted it to be him. Made it him. Then you see Scary Terry, who we talked about last week on the late round wide receivers. Kid dealing with some injury history, but he is a deep threat. Would love to have him. He is a big boy, and man, I would happily take him on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here you see Dahlman again. Just wanted to get myself a center, so did that. Noah Gray, again, really like the kid. And then Teron Jackson again, as you see out of Coastal Carolina. Brendan Knox, a familiar name you guys may remember that I had the pleasure of sitting down with this offseason, getting to talk to him a little bit about his offseason approach, and looking forward to the draft. So wishing him the best of luck. I know he grew up a Cowboys fan. Cowboys suck. But yes, I wouldn't mind having a hard-nosed runner that fumbled the ball one time in his career, and that was a raining game, and he plays in Marshall where it's raining a lot. So very impressive. He had like 229 touches and one fumble. That's nuts. That's pretty nuts. Frank Darby, kid we all saw at the Senior Bowl. We have talked about rounding it out at 240. They gave me a B on this one, ladies and gentlemen, but no trades were made. Just went into it, doing what I could. So had a good time doing those, but you can see a little bit of an idea of where I was putting an emphasis. Obviously, want some corners, linebackers, receivers. We have a lot of holes, interior offensive linemen, safeties. We could literally name every offensive, defensive position, special teams even. We need a punter. We need kicker competition. We could add undrafted free agents. We're going to be all over the place this offseason, and I can't tell you how excited that makes me because we need an overhaul here, guys, and that's unfortunately just the way it is. Can't see us trading back into the top 10, maybe into the back end of the first, though. Yeah, Peter, I made a couple videos right after. Well, actually, there's a couple videos before that. When we traded out of 6, I talked about all of these possibilities, and they were very possible because this team, it's not just one player away. You know what I mean? And as much as it sucks because Jamar Chase is so good and Kyle Pitts is so good, and we have so much fun every year looking at players, and it's like, if we could just have them, and then they go somewhere else. It's like, I really think Rager is going to be phenomenal this year, but regardless, we need to hit on these picks. So everybody's, foaming at the mouth to get a great player. You trade out of 6, you kind of, kill your chances in people's minds. And you do. You make your chances much more slim. But there's a lot of talent in this first round. So, yeah, you could stay at 12 and get someone really talented. You could definitely trade back up into the top 10. And it, like I said, depends on what you're giving up. If you are giving up more than what you got in the first place, that's stupid. So you're not doing that. You can't. But if somebody's willing to, a couple picks and you're giving up Ertz, which you wanted to do anyway, that works out. And I could totally see it. Maybe that's the move that's going to happen. Maybe the Panthers want him. Maybe the Broncos want him. I don't know. I know the Lions have Hawkinson. I don't see that, but you never know. So I know a lot of Eagles personnel went to the Lions. Deuce Staley. John Dorsey, they took from us as well. Dave Phipp, you can have him. Press Taylor, good riddance. So a lot of Eagles, ex-Eagles that went there. So intriguing, but don't know if that's the trade we make. But I agree with you. Trading back is definitely possible. There's a lot of talent in this draft. So if you trade back a few spots and you still get someone like a Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, like I did in the one draft, I think that's a very great pick. And you're going to be very ecstatic about it if you acquired really good picks, because then you got a great player and you still have more picks coming. And if you're getting more picks, maybe you package them up, like I said before, and you're trading back into the first. So maybe you have 2 back-end first picks, like in the 25s later. You know what I mean? That would be crazy to have 2 picks from 25 to 32 at the end of the first round. Maybe from 20 to, I don't know. I really don't. But I know the Jets have multiple picks. Maybe they'd be willing. I think they're at 23, something like that. So yeah, expect Howie to be wheeling and dealing. Expect to get excited during this draft. I know I am very excited for this draft. So even if it's not like we've already picked and there's supposedly no more picks, I'm always tuned in anyway, but I'm going to be strapped in. It's going to be a wild ride because, oh my God, this has been like the craziest off season. Like this just sucks. And I've had rougher times as an Eagles fan. There's been just crap teams, but to go from such great heights and just how we've fallen the past few years, it's just been rough, man. And it finally I think we hit rock bottom. I'm hoping, and I hope that we can all, I hope this team comes together, learns from it. Howie, I hope that, this new relationship, he has with the coach is good. And it's, not dick measuring contest anymore like it was with Doug Peterson, because that really pissed us all off. So we'll see, man. I'm really trying to stay hopeful, trying to stay positive, because I know things could be definitely rough, but got optimism on my heart and on my mind, dude. And I'm expecting Howie to have learned from his mistakes, to listen to Andy Weidel, to listen to his scouts, to listen to his coaches, and hopefully we'll have a good draft. Not long now, 2 great drafts, and the Eagles be set to exactly. And then the next year, we talk about it, possibly 3 first-round picks. Who knows what we'll trade away and do this year with those picks? But great. Looks like green pastures ahead. There's loads of talent in next year's draft. COVID has messed with everything, but dude, if that turns into a first-round pick, we're gonna have 3. Even if it doesn't, you got a second round pick. So multiple picks in the first and second, I'd be okay with that too. Either way, trying to stay positive, hoping they learn from their mistakes, hoping they got all the problems figured out and we can move forward, because these past few years have sucked and all I want to do is tune in on Sundays and be excited about my birds. So that was Mock Draft Monday, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed anything, go back and check it out. If you have any questions, comments, any players you want to talk about that weren't on here, but you've heard me talk about, maybe haven't heard me talk about, you just want to discuss, please feel free to do so. But I'm going to get rolling out, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all of you that tuned in. You can follow me at all these places here. Reach out to me if you need anything, whether to just talk about birds, talk about life. It doesn't matter. We all go through things, and don't ever want to see anybody go through it alone. I hate when people get mad about that, but it's like, look, I'm not trying to preach to you. I'm trying to reach. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just want to extend my hand. Always here for you guys, and appreciate those of you that do reach out and build friendships here, man, because that's what it's all about. That brotherly love, baby. So I hope you guys are all having a great start to your week. If you need anything, please reach out. But I will be back tomorrow. Oh, my God. We are 3 days away. I can't wait. Cannot wait. We got one more. Yo, George, my man, popping in at the end. I appreciate you, dude. Seriously, I appreciate all of you. Pete, Houston, all you guys that commented. You guys are truly the best. That like, subscribe, do whatever you do to support me. It means the world. So thank you so much, guys. I will be back tomorrow. Have yourselves a great night. And as always, go Birds!